What up, what up?
What's up, people? Is it working? It's on?
Mm-hmm.
We're here chilling at Dominican. This is Jeremy's last day. We're just walking around, burning off some calories, which I've added probably a good 5,000 steps to my normal routine. It's a lot of walking to our hotel room, a lot of walking around that buffet. Who's that?
Matthew Jones.
Uh-oh. What's he got?
Can y'all hear okay?
One interesting thing about this place, especially the buffet, well, every restaurant, there's a buffet 24/7 basically. Then there's nice classy restaurants, a steakhouse, a fish place, Mexican, French, but they all have their own buffet, which just blows my mind because I can fill up on the buffet. But when you go to these all-inclusives, if you want to stay strict, it's easier to stay strict here because there's so many keto options. But then on the other side of the buffet, there's every kind of treat you've ever seen in your life and stuff you've never seen. So it's so easy to eat your strict keto here because there's so many options. And maybe there'll be food you don't normally have. You know, some salty sausage, some stuff you don't get access to, and maybe that'll be your cheat. A lot of people ask me, what are you gonna do when you get out there? You gonna eat like a pig? I don't set expectations. If I feel good and I wanna eat, fine, that's what I do. If I say, screw it, I'm looking good, I need to eat a couple of things, and I just do it. The worst thing you want to do is do it and feel shitty about it. Just own up to it and say, you know what, I'm going in head first. But that's, you know, tonight we had a little fun. But the rest of the week I had just no desire because the meat was too good. You know, the meat, the cheeses. I just wanted that more than I wanted like cake and pie and all the other crap that they have there. So these all-inclusives are super easy to stay strict, but they're super easy to go nuts. They're literally 3 feet from the good stuff is the bad stuff. You know, I've never been to a place where there's steak on one side and right next to it there's a big bowl of ice cream. You know, yeah. Literally a foot away.
Well, the steak was so good tonight. That's mostly what I ate was steak because
the meat
was so good.
It's so good, some of the food. Some of it's just shitty buffet food, but some of it's so good that you don't even want to venture. Because you know, you guys know how I eat. I don't chug butter. So when you see me eating sausage and steaks, I don't normally have that, all that gorgonzola. So to me, I'm cheating, but I'm not. But then, of course, after a while, I want a piece of that cake, and that's fine. I can take that. I can handle that. But I always tell people, don't go out there expecting you're going to pig out. Just go out there and just wing it. It's a lot less stress involved. But I tell you, it's fun out here. I've been to many all-inclusives, and you know, it's a lot of food. So you gotta also be prepared that you might come home 10 pounds heavier.
What's up, Lindy's watching? What's up, Lindy? What's up, Mark?
Uh-oh.
And Kala, our boys are on there.
Uh-oh. So right now I'm
Jersey City, man.
I'm dripping sweat. I got the carb sweats.
It's so hot here too. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't help.
And I bought this shirt. Actually, someone got it for me, and it's way too small. It's a super medium. But it feels good. I can't get it off, so I'll probably cut it off with a scissor. But yeah, Jeremy's leaving tomorrow. I'm here to Tuesday night. Long week. Just getting our tan on, having a good time at the gym. It's mostly just beach and.
Spent a lot of time at the pool bar.
Pool bar is great. A lot of Coke Zeros for me.
Talking about a lot of ideas and things for the group. So pretty chill time. Let's see. Kara says she craves meat more than ever before, but she also craves potatoes a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's foods here that I would never get.
Mark, don't let him fool you.
What do you say?
He had the most epic dessert plate tonight that I've ever seen. I took a picture of it.
What did Mark just say?
He just said yes, but I'm just telling him. Tonight he went in. He went in on the carbs tonight.
Ready?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody had that, and I'm not going to say who. And then that same somebody left Jeremy to go chill with my family. Well, this is before. And then Jeremy went somewhere, and I went upstairs to see my family, and I said, Jeremy, You know, they got better treats upstairs, so I don't want to be rude. So I ate some more treats. But today was OMAD. It was OMAD. Big one.
He only shows you the apples. I got you, bro.
There you go.
I got you.
But I'm over it, man. I'm sweating, and I can't function. I'm dripping. I haven't been dripping all week. The second I lay my hands on these sugars, I'm just dripping. Like, disgusting. I can't function. So I got my fix, and I really had no desire to screw around. I want some more meat tomorrow.
Mark's PSMF right now. You're killing him.
Oh, shoot. Bro, I've been PMSF in months.
This dude is shredded, though.
Months. But
he's so vascular. It's
the
scary.
tan every day gets better. Here's the tricky thing about tanning. And
Your veins are popping out right now.
Well,
from all the carbs.
this is the carbs. The thing about tanning, it's deceiving, and it also is not your best friend, and I'll tell you why. I taught a buddy of mine in the gym that you gotta start getting tan, bro. You can barely see your definition. So he starts getting tan, and I warned him. I was like, here's the problem. The tanner you get, the leaner you get. You know, it's like you drop 1% or 2% of body fat. So you could actually be getting fatter on your diet, and you're gaining weight, but you don't know because you're a tanner. So you gotta be careful. I could be like, wow, I look great, and I go home and I gain 8 pounds. I'm like, oh, shoot. It's the tan. So tanning is great, but man, it hides your flaws. So you could be getting fat. And once the tan goes away, you're like, holy crap, where'd this come from? So tan if you must, because tan fat is better than white fat.
No, Matt, they didn't have apple pie.
Well.
Colin said.
Well, there's
said.
these bins that open up that no one goes to. So I decided to go into one, and it was basically hot apple pie filling.
Colin said, as long as I have apples, I don't need to binge on
Oh,
shit.
man.
Trinch 2019.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No, those apples
sometimes.
are great. No, but I set it up today. I knew I was going to do it, so it wasn't like, oh man, I said it's going to happen tonight. I'm purposely going to do it. So that's why I did my cardio this morning. I only ate once today. That meal you saw with all that meat and shit, I literally ate half of that. The other plate was all salad, so that's basically water. So I halfway through that meat plate, I pushed it aside. I said, you know what? It's time to eat some shit. And now I'm just over it, and I just want to drink some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what people are saying here. Self-tanner recommendations.
You know, I just use Jergens. I don't know, it's generic $10 from the store. I only use it after I tan, like in the tanning salon or outside. I get like spots that don't get covered by the sun. So, I mean, it works. It's very subtle. It takes a couple of days. It doesn't look too bad. But it's called Jergens. It comes in a brown bottle. It's like $8. Dark, tan, whatever. But it doesn't do much. It just fills in the spots that I can't reach when I'm tanning.
I smile in person, just not on pictures. Can't. Pictures like serious business. I don't know. It's hard to smile in pictures.
But I was telling Jeremy, I'm a creature of habit, so I don't necessarily mind going away. But I need my bed. I need my routine. I'm like an old lady. You know, I need my kitchen. I need my desk. I got all my work stuff out here, but I can't live out of a suitcase. You know, I'm an old lady. A certain time of night, I'm on the couch. You know, so waiting a couple extra hours to eat, for me, is groundbreaking. Because in my house, people know when I eat. And if they're not ready, they accept it. I eat. So I'm going 2-3 hours later than I normally would, which it is a sacrifice for me. Mentally, I mean, it feels good because I can actually break some habit, but I can't wait to get back to my routine. I'm such a freak with that's what makes me happy. I like structure. I don't like guessing. I like to know way ahead of time what I'm doing. And that's why when I do diets, I plan my diets, I plan my cheat days, I plan everything months and months ahead of time that I know when they're going to happen. Otherwise, I just lose control. So I need structure. That's just how I am. I'm a freak. I have no problem in it.
I think Trinch is the first person I've eaten with who's pulled out baby wipes at the table. I mean, this dude he's neurotic.
Dude,
man.
I got baby wipes everywhere. I'm a metrosexual 2.0 when it comes to clean.
But you know what?
There you go.
Carbs going right there, baby.
There you go. Yeah, my mom goes, wow, your veins are all over the place. I was like, it's the carbs. Yeah.
Hi, Carol. Carol says, I can't lose weight. What can I do? Remember, Trinch, get a tan.
Tan drops a couple of % body fat.
Night crawlers on your arm.
Oh, here?
Where's the next McTrenchcation, Jamie? My favorite client.
See,
One of my favorite clients.
I need to go away with. I need Mark to come
say.
away because I know Mark can easily out binge me, and I
OCD,
want him here.
OCD, yeah.
OCD, bro. I'm clinical OCD.
This is like next level.
There's a certain journal at Yale University when I was 16 years old that my name is on it, and I'm not joking. Trust me, clinical, baby. But that's what keeps me successful in work. That's what keeps me successful in physique development because I'm so obsessed. Like literally, my Microsoft Word and Excel every day. I go in there what I ate, what I worked out, how much cardio I did, the time of the day I ate. I love doing it. I don't have a problem. It goes back to 2011 every single day. Even out here, I'm updating it at home. The reason why it only goes to 2011 and not 1996 is because my computer crashed a couple of times. So, I can go back and show you pamphlets of notes I've had in the 90s of my diet. I find structure is really the only way to go. I mean, you don't build a house without the architect first showing you how to build it, the design. You don't just build. So that's how I work. I'm an architect.
I wish y'all could see his thighs. They're insane. How many churros have I had on this vacation? All of them.
Yeah. Well, they got these little, they look like fat bombs. They're basically like a chocolate truffle. It's like a big, I don't know what, it's so heavy. But
it's almost like the churro cereal, but like heavier, thicker.
And then they have,
these
little mini cakes. Then they have these cinnamon and honey drenched. But then when I got lucky and I found this big vat of hot apples, I didn't know what to do with myself, But the desserts are okay, but honestly, in my opinion, nothing compares to some of the meat choices. I mean, I had lamb wrapped in bacon tonight. I had steak. I was like, oh my God, and it's like, all we're drinking is Coke Zero and water anyway.
That's it.
Literally, it's all I drink is Coke Zero.
I have had a few pina coladas.
Well, the guy gave me rum and Coke by accident, and I spit it out because I can't drink.
Mark said his OCD is special. Trinch, can you bench Jeremy?
What do you say?
Can you bench Jeremy? Oh yeah. I'm not that heavy.
But yeah, I'm over it. I'll probably do another one meal tomorrow. I didn't plan to do one meal a day every day. The problem is I don't eat breakfast. I usually eat at 12 every day. But the problem is my family gets up later. So after I go to the gym, I meet them at the buffet. It's about 9:30. They're not hungry for lunch. So instead of eating at 12, they're eating at 2. I can't eat at 2, so I wait. So it's just by default that I'm doing one meal a day because no one wants to eat at 12 and I'm not going to go by myself. So I'm making up for a lot of damage by having that one meal. I mean, my NEAT activity, I'm adding another 5,000 steps a day just walking around. So I'm keeping myself in check. I still expect to be anywhere from 2 to 4 pounds plus by the time I get home, which is fine anyway because I'm more than doubling my calories. The past week I've been PSMF, so it feels good. I'm filling out. My pants are still as loose as they are. My abs are not as crisp, but that's okay. I'm just looking to get back to structure, I love PMSF. My buffalo chicken dip, like some days that's all I want to eat, So I no longer think that's a challenge. To me, it's nothing. My challenge is, trying to eat a little more than I normally do without getting too full too fast. So when I go back, we're going to play around with a couple of things. I'm going to add some more calories, cut back on the cardio. I'm going to keep my fasting to basically push my deficit and not rely on the cardio anymore because that's what I've been doing for a couple of months. And like when I did that 48-hour fast, I haven't done one since November. So I'm just pushing deficits with the fasting and easing up on the cardio. Just gives me more time to get out of the gym.
Matthew Deuce says, found this group in November. Thank you guys for the work you dedicate to this. No problem.
No problem, man. I'm an open book when it comes to this stuff. I've done a lot of different versions of keto. Not to say different, but I made every mistake, So when I tell somebody this is where you really should do it, you should listen. I'm not a genius, but I have the experience that I know when it's wrong and I know when it's right. The fasting I've only been doing for about 5 years, and even though everyone knows me as a keto person, I love the fasting more than the keto. I mean, to me, it's next level. I just enjoy the freedom. I enjoy the deficit. I mean, I wish I knew about it in the 90s. We would do hours of cardio, and all I had to do was not eat for a day or two. You know, I mean, truthfully, I don't care how much cardio you do. I don't care what the treadmill says, 500-600 calories. It's all bullshit. You're probably burning 250 calories. So let's say you do that for 7 days. You know, what are we talking about? 1,800 calories? I skip a day and a half of eating. There's a week of cardio. And I don't have to sacrifice. So cardio I hate, but I do it. Fasting I love. So I just won't eat for a day and a half. That's like 5 days of cardio.
Yep.
So to me, fasting is so cool. It's just so easy to work around.
Yeah.
You know, if my family wants to eat late and I know we're going to eat late, then I won't eat lunch. So without this fasting, you know, when I used to go away, my wife would make sure she always knew where food was within literal walking distance. Every 2 hours. I would eat 6, 7, and she always made sure food was close by, otherwise I would pass out. That's just how it was. Now it's like, she'll say, hey, are you eating today? Like, she doesn't know if I'm going to eat. I'm like, I don't think so. Oh, okay. You're going to eat tomorrow? Yeah, probably tomorrow. Oh, okay. So she just wants to plan ahead. But I find this so convenient, the fasting, that you really can't make an excuse that, oh, you know, I can't have it done. I got to eat with my family, or I want to eat earlier. You can work around anyone's schedule with this fasting. And if you know you're going to pig out, then just eat once a day. I mean, the damage you're going to do over the week. You know, even when I eat tonight, I'm going to be so full tomorrow, I'm not going to want to eat anyway. It's not going to be an effort. So, yeah, I'm the keto guy, but man, I'm all about the fasting. It's just too easy to push a deficit with literal no effort. You know, for me, it's no effort. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. I don't normally eat breakfast, but if I diet down for a trip like this, then I'm going to come in and just, kind of like what you said, just enjoy myself.
Coke Zero, I filled up myself.
So since I don't normally eat breakfast, what I found since I've been here is I'll eat more and then taper off through the day, because you know, I'm still going to eat about the same volume. So that's kind of how I've done it.
Let me see what's going on here. Trevor said, hey, you guys ever heard of Axe and Sledge Demo Day carb powder? I don't know. Any carb powder is either dextrose, maltodextrin, or my favorite, cyclic dextrin, which is next level. So if you want a carb powder, cyclic dextrin is the king of the hill. Kara, mental question. How do I keep motivated, keep in my head the game, and not break after a few months? How do I let stress and anxiety not get to me? I mean, I don't want to sound like an insensitive prick, but you have to really want it. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. For months, I would cheat here and there, and I used to say to myself, I don't want it bad enough. Because if I did want it bad enough, I wouldn't have done what I just did. Yeah, sure, temptations are there, but you knew you could have stopped. But something inside of you said, Once you get to that point where, and it happened to me for the past couple of months, I would start making a carb, fat-loaded meal. It was vile, but it was going to be amazing, the binge. I would just put a piece in my mouth, and then I'm like, I don't like the way this makes me feel when I'm done. I threw it right in the garbage. It was the best feeling, because then I went on the couch. I said, you know what? Let me find something to replace this. So I started chewing probably 80 pieces of gum that night. That's my gum. So I was excited to have my gum, and I threw away all the crap. So you got to come up with replacements. You know, whenever you get that craving, like some salt, the bouillon in your mouth. But really, it's a mental game. You know, even with my OCD, I was on tons of drugs when I was younger. I was in a double-blind, placebo-controlled study for Luvox. So I've been on it all. And then one day I said to my doctor, I was 21, I don't want drugs anymore. All we do is focus on behavioral. It's all behavioral. Yes, I know there's triggers out there that are, you have to fight it. That's the only thing that's going to help. There's certain drugs that'll help you, but if you're not willing to fight, the drugs are half of it. The other 50% is willpower and struggle. You have to struggle. It's not going to be easy. If you're struggling, you're putting in the effort. But sometimes you just give in and you get stressed, and you know, let's say you break up with your boyfriend or your husband cheats on you, whatever, then you go binge. Why give him that? You don't owe him shit. So now you're binging because of him, and you're making yourself feel worse. You know, don't ever do that. Don't let that happen. You know, do something for yourself. You know, but it's all behavioral. You just have to fight it. You know, and you have to have that thing in your head that says, I don't like how I feel when I binge. And every time you think about binging, you get afraid and you won't go near the food. Once you can get that, you'll have full control. I'm pretty much there, but it took a very long time. My whole life I've been binging since I was a little kid. You know, in high school, I would eat 3 breakfasts. I'd wake up at 6, 8, and 10, go back to bed and eat again and again and again. It was all day long. I mean, I was heavy in high school. I was like a linebacker, a football player. Then I got heavy after high school. But I was never fat like woe was me fat. I was the fun guy, good, you know, the friend, the clown, the jock. So I was never depressed about it. I just knew one day I got to get my shit together. But it's all mental. You got to fight it. And I hate saying that. You know, I can't give you a book. I can't give you an outline. I can't give you a motivational speech. You don't need to be motivated. You are motivated because you asked that question. You just need action. You have to just say, you know what, fuck it. I deserve better. I don't want to feel like that. Why should I feel like that? It's killing me. You know, it's a vicious cycle. You binge, you do cardio. You binge, you do cardio. You binge, you starve. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. So it's all in your head. Once you get it up here, it's so easy that sometimes you laugh. Like they were teasing me. Mark and Jeremy were teasing me over the fall. Be like, we lost our binge buddy. Like I had no desire to do it. He goes, what are we gonna do without him? It just, you know, I finally got to the point where I don't want to feel that way anymore. And when I do feel that way, I make sure it's structured. CKD carb up, it's just carbs, and I feel phenomenal the next day because it's structured and it's planned months in advance. So you just gotta really dig in deep, and I know you probably are, but there's really nothing else you can do. You have to, there's gotta be times where it's like, almost like a heroin addict pulling it, you have to struggle. There's gotta be nights where you're in so much pain in your stomach, and that's what happened to me. I was in so much pain, I wanted to eat, but I didn't. I went to bed. The next day, same thing, and every day got easier and easier to the point where I laugh it off now. Like, people put something in my face, I don't even desire it. That's the thing. Once you can get away from even desiring it, then you win. But you have to fight. And there's gonna be little mini accidents from time to time. I'd rather have small accidents than big ones. If you can push away like I did, that's control. So let's say you eat 5,000 calories on a binge. The next one's only 1,500, the next one's 1,000, the next one you don't even do it. So you gotta just get that level of control. There's really, I wish I could tell you something else. I wish I could tell you there's a drug. You know,
well, it's also, you know, don't let one bad meal turn into a bad day.
Yep.
Turn into a bad 3 or 5 days.
Yep.
You know, you got to gain control a little quicker. Jamie, who was just on here, so the lady was asking, is a mom of 4? Well, Jamie, who was just commenting a minute ago, she's one of my clients. She's a mom of 8.
Yeah.
And I have a picture. She sent me a picture where she's nursing while she's doing banded work. So we can make all kinds of excuses, but when you want it bad enough and you see her transformation, she wanted it bad enough that, you know, she made it happen. I understand what you're talking about with stress and anxiety, and realize that all progress is relative. I know myself, I went through a divorce this last year, and it was a lot of stress and anxiety for me. Did I diet down and get super shredded? No. But I maintained and improved a little bit. And sometimes maintaining is a victory itself, you know, despite everything that you may have going on in your life. One book that I recommend people read is The Power of Habit. So you hear he's OCD. We all have a little bit of OCD with the things we do, but it's building habits into your life that will help you have routines to avoid falling into those traps. And don't medicate yourself with food. Yeah. Find another outlet, find exercise, do something else, but don't medicate yourself with food.
I mean, it really what it comes down to. And you know how people say, you know, don't binge and then turn it into a weekend. It's like you get a flat tire, you don't say fuck it, let me pop the other 3 tires. Just, you know what, pick up. And people say, what do I do after a binge? Just forget it happened. You got to get amnesia, binge amnesia. Forget it happened. Tomorrow's another day, not Monday. Literally, the next meal is your next day. Just start over. It doesn't matter. You know what? You want to eat light, fine. Have some chicken and salad just for mental stability. Don't starve yourself, because when you starve yourself, this is what happens. And I'm talking about, you know, I'm not going to eat for the next day or half. Because now you know I always have a way out. I'm going to starve myself after I binge. I know I have a way to clean it up. But then it's going to come again. After the starving, you're going to get hungry, you're going to binge again. You say, well, I can always starve this away. It's a vicious circle. Trust me, you don't want to do that. These fasters, even though I fast, it's becoming an eating disorder. You don't just binge and say, let me just starve myself for 3 days. That is a way out that your body's always going to say, I can always starve. If you say to yourself, no, I don't have the starving option, I have to go back to my routine, then your body will start saying, well, I can't do this. You just have to get control. It's got to hurt. The first time I lost 80 pounds at night, I used to eat 3-4 times a night. My pain in my stomach, I was up, I wanted to scream, but I said to myself, I won't do it. And every night it got better and better and better, and then I never ate after 6 ever again. So it's gotta hurt. People say, oh, it can't be this hard. It has to be hard. It has to be. And then it becomes easy. But if it's not hard in the beginning, it's never gonna work. You have to suffer. You have to embrace the suck. That's what we tell you, embrace it. And here's one little trick that's kept me in bay for months. I haven't really been doing my carb ups like I normally have. I haven't been really eating shit. That Yoplait yogurt to me is a godsend. I take it, and on Friday I do what I call my lazy keto. I'll take a half or a whole container of that yogurt, cinnamon and stevia, so right off the bat it tastes like apple pie. Then I'll throw in some peanut butter protein powder. It gives me the taste and the feel of the shit, but it's all protein. So if you can find a replacement that's super low calorie, that won't trigger you to eat the bad stuff, then go for it. That saved me thousands of calories every other week by doing that. And I recommend you guys find something too. Like gum is my vice. I mean, gum is when I want to binge, I pop gum and I'm good. So this Yoplait yogurt is a godsend to me. That's why I'm going crazy to try to keep it on the market, because it's keeping me at bay. Like I feel the same way I feel if I ate chocolate cake. In fact, I feel better because I don't get bloated. So if you can find that replacement, you just saved yourself 2,000-3,000 calories and no guilt. You know, that's really what you got to do. Find the replacement that's super low calorie. A freaking pickle, which I think is gross, there's like no calories. You know, I taught my dad how to stop eating chocolate and peanut butter all night long. I gave him Waltham Farms chocolate syrup, a little scoop of powdered peanut butter. He loves it. He saves himself 400 calories now at night. That's what you got to do. You got little savings here and there, and then eventually the cravings are gone, because you want that to go too. You don't want the low-calorie craving still be there either. You're still eating, you're still feeding the monster, but it's reduced calories. So get to the point where not only do you not eat the shit, but you don't even find a low-calorie replacement, because you're still finding a replacement. A heroin replacement is still a heroin replacement. It's still a drug. So at some point, you just say, screw it. When I crave at night, a little sodium, a little chicken bouillon under my tongue, and I'm done. And that's all I need.
So Sylvia, are you calling me out, Sylvia? You defended me earlier today. So Sylvia says you posted about the benefits of lowering body fat for men today, and specifically Jeremy. Is there a comparison for women in terms of hormonal benefits or lack thereof when one drops body fat as low as possible? Is the testosterone argument valid for women too?
Well, look, women should be dropping body fat as low as possible. You should be doing as low as healthy you can do. We all have that look that we want in the mirror, and I don't know what body fat percentage that is for you, and I don't know what it is for me. I don't know what my body fat percentage, because I don't give a shit. It's like knowing the time, you know, in freaking California. I don't care. It has no bearing on me. Why would I get my body fat tested? For what reason? It means nothing, because in my head I have a roundabout figure. Let's say I go get tested and it's higher. Now I'm in a bad fucking mood. I don't need that. I'm not a child. I don't need to know how much I weigh. A useless body fat percent, who cares? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's going to only make things worse. So if you have in your head what you want to look like, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
If you start losing your period, that's another story. You know, so you don't want to get unhealthy where you feel like shit and run down. You know, there's only so low you want to go. But there's always benefits for losing fat. Everything gets better. Everything gets better.
Blood pressure.
But getting shredded is a whole nother story. Joints start to hurt because your lubrication is gone. So, you know, and it's hard to maintain. You know, it's easier to get there than it is to maintain, because once you're there, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to lose this. So you have this fake picture in your head. Even a pro bodybuilder on the day of the show will never look like that ever again until the next show. It's unrealistic that day of the show. You know, even when I came here, I dropped 3 pounds of water overnight. I eliminated all my sodium. So I'm not going to look like that unless I do that again.
If you ask Ann, who I helped prep for a bikini competition, she misses the way she looks, but she knows that she can't maintain that level of conditioning because she was in deep suffering that week when it came to contests. But that's because it's not natural for women to get their body fat that low.
My new regimen now, it's no more gaining 25 pounds in the winter. I want to be within 7 to 10 pounds of my fighting weight, which is about now. I'm a couple pounds heavier. So then all I got to do is about a week of PSMF and I'm back. So if you could stay within maybe 8 to 10 pounds of your phenomenal weight, then it's an easy cut. But if you constantly go up and down, up and down, up and down, it gets harder every single time. And at almost 46, I'm realizing, holy shit, I need 3 times as long to diet than I did when I was in my 20s. Like, it's not adding up. The dates are not matching up. I go back 20 years on my calendar, and I see how fast I lost the fat, and I'm not now, and I'm eating less fat now. So at this age, you gotta give it as much time as you could possibly do. But, you know, there's always benefits of losing fat. Every possible thing, increased insulin sensitivity, I mean, everything about it. So, yeah, your testosterone's not gonna go through the roof as a woman, but there's no bad thing. But at some point, you don't wanna be depleted where you just look sick. You know, I mean, you drop under 11, 12% body fat for a woman, that's ridiculously lean, you know?
Which is why we were talking the other day, we brought this up a couple times about what body fat percent do you need to be to carb cycle? And you don't have to be a certain percentage. It's just that when you're a lower body fat percent, you're gonna see more of the results like the vascularity, you know, waking up leaner the next day. But the problem is, if you have a lot of body fat to lose, you probably don't have a good handle on your diet yet. And if you don't have a good handle on your diet, there's just so many triggers, and people who, they go on a carb up and they never come back.
See, the assumption, this silly, you gotta be 15% or lower to do a CKD, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. He's right. But it's all bullshit for why he said. My buddy lost 150 pounds doing a carb up every single week because calories in and calories out. The assumption is, oh, you're fat, that means you have a binge eating disorder. Not really. But if you are fat and you do have a binge eating disorder and now you start eating a box of cereal every other Friday, it's probably not a good idea. You got to get your shit under control. In addition, you're not going to see what we see. I literally see veins within 5 minutes of consuming cereal. Minutes. A chubby dude's not going to see that. No. So, can you lose weight? Absolutely. Are you going to get the fat loss and the vascularity every time? No, you're not yet. You won't see it. But you'll get the benefit of having your carbs. But again, you could be 50% body fat, you could be 15. You can see it better at 15 and you'll appreciate it more. All right? But like I said, my buddy lost 150 pounds eating a box of cereal every other week because he stuck to it. But he doesn't see the carb up benefits until he dropped about 120 pounds. At 5 minutes.
Why is age such a factor, and how much does inflammation play a role? I have a rare nerve condition that makes me constantly in fight or flight.
Well, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I got it under control, but probiotics, curcumin, tons and tons of fish oil, and working out as often as possible. When I went to my rheumatoid specialist many years ago, I wasn't really working out anymore. I was in too much pain. She only wanted me to swim. Went to my buddy Paul, who tuned my ass up. He said, listen, you fat slob, get back in shape. Got back in the gym. I started feeling good. I go see my doctor. She goes, what are you doing? I go, well, I'm lifting weights. How much are you doing? I was like, not anything heavy, like 90-pound dumbbells. She almost had a heart attack. Are you crazy? I was like, but doc, every workout I feel better and better and better. But you want me to swim. I completely left her. So the pain is there, but if you're skipping the gym because of the pain, you didn't get a chance to work through it, work around it. I warm up, I stretch. The shit I do at my house, it's all day long. So inflammation is real, but you know, there's no reason why you can't work out. The working out itself will help you, I promise you that. But you gotta find exercise. I have half the stuff in the gym I can't do. I have to sit a certain way, I have to lift a certain weight, I have to reverse myself on a machine and not do it the right way so it doesn't hurt. I can only hold on to a dumbbell so long that my grip gives out because of my carpal tunnel. So you gotta manage. You can't say, oh, I got inflammation. There's a woman in my gym that comes in with a walker, and she's in her 30s. She must have had some sort of degenerate disease. Comes in with a walker, sits down, works out, gets on the walker, and she's overweight, goes to the next machine. I don't see her bitching and moaning. So you got to just say, you know what, it is going to hurt in the beginning, but then it's not going to hurt anymore. But you're not going to know until you do it, you know?
Sylvia said, makes perfect sense.
I got
it's helpful to understand when it's a good time to start with it. You have 2 minutes? Okay, good. I'm almost low battery. We got like 2 minutes, guys. Not that relevant, but I'm 18% body fat. Okay, cool. So we've, nothing. So we talked about some ideas. We got some things coming up for the groups that we'll release over the next couple months. Things to help you guys out. We just want to jump on and say hi from Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. Can't keep a couple strong guys down. Nobody is going home sick or dead.
No.
We're both still alive, so.
Oh, you know what's funny? Look, you know me, I own a book. I'll tell you shit you don't even want to know. So when I go on vacation, I can't go to the bathroom for like 3-4 days. It's just the way it is, and it sucks because I walk around with like a food baby. So that's another reason why I do the 1 meal a day, because I can't function. I feel like I'm pregnant for like 3 days. So then I end up buying laxatives, or at some point my mind just gets at ease and I can go to the bathroom. So that's the other thing. That's why I wanted to be as lean as possible, because I know I wasn't going to be dropping a deuce for about 4 days. You know, so then the other night I'm buying laxatives. Remember, I'm online. I was like, Jeremy, I had to run off the line and go to the bathroom. It finally hit me. But travel screws up my digestive tract. So that's why the fasting really, really, really helps, because I can't eat all day. I'm walking around with a food baby. My belly is huge.
Anna, I don't know who says that to you, but that is really bullshit. She says she's been working out for 2 weeks and people are saying I'm always going to be fat, and she's saying we're motivation. You're not always going to be fat, because I was fat. If you go look at my before pictures, I was probably 50% body fat.
This is what you got to do. My friend lost 150 pounds.
Yeah, you're
and
not
then he
always gonna
lost
be fat.
another 220. You know what the 220 was? His fucking ex-wife. Because she said the same shit to him. You're going to gain it all back. You're going to be fat. I got him down maybe now 190, and now he's divorced. And he's got a woman that actually treats him right.
Those people.
So if you got people, I don't care if it's your mom and dad, talking shit like that to you, you know what you say? I'm Italian, go fuck yourself. Okay? I'm doing this for myself. Just because it triggers you into realizing that you have no discipline, that you're going to make me feel like shit, let that motivate you. These people, even though they might love you, they have a deep down dirty secret about themselves, and they're portraying on you, because at one point you're going to be in shape and they're not, and they're realizing what types of mutts these people are. They're realizing how lazy they are because of your motivation and because you're a success. People don't like that. It brings out the worst of them. Okay, my buddy dropped his wife and found a real woman who talks to him like a human being.
Now I will say that if you go into the gym and you work out and you don't change your diet, then yes, you could be like a lot of people that we see in the gym that look the same the next year and the year after. So, 85% of your results for fat loss are probably going to come from your diet. So make sure you're putting the same effort into your diet as you are the gym, because that's where you're going to see results.
Yeah, with men, with women are different. With men, breakups create bodybuilders. Any guy I've ever known that broke up a hard breakup, they became jacked and shredded. Happened to me too. Happened to me when I lost 80 pounds. Because when I lost my first 80 to 90 pounds, the rumor around town was my girlfriend broke up to me because I just let it go. I used that as my motivation. And I remember she saw me a few years later and she was beyond herself. She's like, that can't be you. So that's what the rumor was, and I didn't like that. So I said, fuck that. You got to use that as motivation. If someone says you're going to be fat, or whatever they say about you, someone says you're an imbecile, then pick up a book and get smarter. Show them, because one day they're going to go, holy shit, and then you're going to give them the big bird, and that's it. Use that as your motivation. Don't let it feed you, because you're just going to be as weak as them. These are weak people who put other people down to feel better about themselves. Don't let them do that. And I don't care if it's your mom or your dad. Don't let them do that.
Now, you have to believe in the process, and trust me, when I was almost 50% body fat and I'm in there lifting weights and everything, it was hard to believe that I was going to be some sculpted muscular person one day, because I'm lifting weights but I'm in this shell, and I